The breakdown of black families and family values. And I really blame a lot of this on this picture you see here. Here in this picture talks about an auction, and you're going to see a public auction. It broke apart black families, black males and females and their children. It separated them. Ultimately, for the ill wills of greedy males, white males, who were involved in the slave trade. And so you will see slaves, many of them, they look unhappy, malnourished, and some of them probably would rather death than to be on slave ships. So ultimately, they make it through the harsh era of slavery. And finally, you have black families, strong black families that form. And it lasts for quite a while. People cherish their families and the people in their families, and they want to keep part of their history. But then something happens where women began to want independence and they want to work to help their families, because there's somehow a breakdown somewhere involving war, involving sending black men off to war. A lot of them died fighting for an American country. And then they came back. A lot of them had post-traumatic stress syndrome. And so you had a lot of strong women. Not just black women, but you had a lot of women who realized that they had to support their families. And the only way to help support your family is to work and to do some of those things that maybe some of those men no longer around can do. So you have feminist movements. Not man-hater movements, no. But then a system comes into play where it ultimately and systematically and calculatedly divides families. Not just black families, all poor families who are in need of public assistance. See, ultimately, this is what the black family was and should be. And we do still have black families. But now we have numbers of women who have to raise their children alone. It's not just women that are raising their children alone who are black, but there are other women who are also raising their children alone who are not black. They always paint the picture that it's just black single mothers, but we also have single mothers who are not black as well, from other backgrounds. Maybe they were with black males, Hispanic males, white males, but there are single mothers in every culture, not just black cultures. There are problems in every other culture as well, not just the black community alone. And so, the topics of child support rave on. You have a lot of people who are disgruntled about child support, and there's a lot of blame placed on the woman for child support. Then there's blame placed on the males for child support. It's like a pendulum that swings back and forth of arguing over whose fault is to whom for child support. You have two parents, two people who decided that we were going to have unprotected sex, and they made a baby as a result. And so you have not only single parents in the black community, but you also have single parents. Yes, you have single parents in white communities. They also have issues. They also have problems involving child support. So it is not just in the black community. So let's get that straight. If you look at the news and if you see what is going on in the world, and if you branch out, you will see that there are other cultures that also have issues involving child support, involving breakups in their families. It may not be the same way as the black culture. May not be feeling the same way. It may feel it's only in your culture, but that's not true. It happens in other cultures. Child support doesn't always make people happy. Some people have to seek out child support because they might have been in relationships where the person refused to take care of their responsibility of supporting that child. They may have said to that woman, I'm happy that you're having that baby. But as soon as the baby comes, they leave that woman with that baby. It could go the other way around. A man could be stuck with the kids. He may need to seek out child support. So you have this group of people on the internet that make videos about angry black males and females, never ever explaining why they're angry. Yes, they're angry black males and females, but that's not just only in the black community. But think about it. Look at the history. If you go back to what happened before these clips, why wouldn't a normal person feel any anger at all? Look what black people, men and women, in history have had to go through and still go through today. So you got a group of bitter men who say they would choose white women over black females. This is what you get. Women like this who choose these type of men that do this. And chances are she was with him and he must have gotten in an argument, or either he was brutal to her and now she's upset. So if he's bad for black women, he's bad for any woman. If he's not going to respect women, it doesn't matter what color she is. And you have white guys who like black people and black culture. He's the worry. Now he's getting skilled at rapping. He's wearing tattoos. And he's doing all the same things that black people have been made to feel insecure about of their culture. Rapping, the ghetto, talking about the streets. Chances are this guy, if he's living around people like that, he chose to go into those neighborhoods and he's picked friends like that. Females too that are white. They choose to go into these areas. They probably don't have the same experience as black people do. But on the other hand, you do have some black people that have lived in neighborhoods where some white people live in those same neighborhoods and they know what those ghetto experiences are. And so you do have other people who are from other cultures that happen to be white and they have their way of being ghetto. It's not just black people. And so these are the misconceptions that are spewed online about, oh, ghetto is only black. I've seen ghetto Hispanic people. I've seen ghetto white people. I've seen lots of ghetto white people. I've seen ghetto people from other communities. You know, it may look a little bit different, or it may have some similarities. Sometimes they might be a little more over the top than what you've been used to seeing if you've been in these neighborhoods. So black men that like white women and they pick white women over black women for this. You get this kind of thing going on where you have young white girls, Hispanic girls, they've got the cornrows, and you got the white girls, mainly the white girls, they swap out part of their culture to take on a different culture of African or Afrocentrism or they hear some music, and they never show you the white people that are doing this. They do the same thing that they show you all these pictures. They show you all these, oh, look at this black woman. She's so ratchet. These black ghetto women and black women are this and all these horrible names. But what about women who aren't black that do the same thing? Black men that like white women, and they pick white women over black women for this. Take a look at this. And look at her hair. Now, if black women wear that, you know, they get talked about wearing their hair. Oh, look, she's got weaves, and she got this, and she got that. Chances are, this white girl, she's got some white girl weave in her head. But you don't see nobody talking about her and say anything about her, how she looks, the tattoos. So, black women have decided to go to school, get a good education, and work because they're tired. Tired of the lies and tired of the games. So they decide to be productive citizens. There are some women that have gotten to that point where they just said, forget it. You want to pick a white woman, or you don't want to raise your children, or even if we're not in a relationship, you decide that you would rather be in these little hate groups where you're the bitter, angry male and you hate black females. So she decides to throw her hands up. She says, I'll just take care of myself, take care of my kids, meets another male. No, she's not hating on men. She's just tired of the BS. So she decides, I'm going to be with someone else in an alternative relationship, or either I will be in an interracial relationship, maybe with somebody Hispanic, somebody white. Maybe people decide they just want to be single. All black men are not bad. All of them are not disrespectful. Some of them really do have good jobs and have good education and want a good life, and they respect everyone. They respect women, black women, white women, anybody. They can get along with one another. There are black people who actually get along with each other, and they aren't ghetto. They got good education. Even if they don't have a lot of schooling, they got a nice job. They're clean. They take care of their families. They're not hurting each other and killing each other and shooting each other up. And they have jobs. Yes, they do. They want to work. They want better things out of life. They're looking for trying to be a homeowner, maybe just taking care of their kids and raising their kids and giving their kids good schooling and good teaching. Not this crap that you see online where you got these groups of young males and females who constantly bash each other back and forth. I hate you for this and I hate you for that. But see, you know, there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of pain, and there's a lot of anger. And like I said in the beginning of this video, a lot of it comes from what has happened to the black culture. A lot of that comes from the breaking apart, calculated breaking apart of family units. So you see a young black couple like this, Ray Rice. You know the story if you don't look it up. How he punched his wife, but also she too was drunk and, you know, but you see she does not look happy. He's probably telling her what to say. Chances are she's in an abusive relationship, but black women are loyal to black males when they're in a relationship, even if the relationship is toxic. Now, all black couples do not have that same issue. It's not a toxic relationship for every black couple and every black family you meet. So you're about to see clips of different families, men and women who are families, big families, small families, interracial families, who get along and who ultimately care and love for one another, and they treat each other with respect. And you don't see people getting black eyes and slapped around and kicked and punched, kids being abandoned out of these relationships. Nobody cares for each other. Nobody cares for the kids. They're walking around looking like, ragamuffins. You don't see this. And you see different couples, different backgrounds, different nationalities. They look decent. They're clean people. They take care of their children. They want good lives the same as every other decent person does. You don't see this bickering and you don't see this fighting. And these are just photos of people from different backgrounds who are getting along with each other. And you don't see people talking about, oh, I don't like you because you're dark skinned. Oh, I don't like you because your hair is like that and my hair is like this. Oh, you can't go swimming because you don't get your hair wet. You don't see this. You don't see people doing this and hurting each other. You even see white people who are getting along with one another, and possibly they would get along surely with other people of other backgrounds. A lot of this hate that is going on social media is groups of people. Some of it is because people are experiencing a lot of pain. So they don't have experiences that are rich and genuine, such as having decent family structure. So there's lots of pain, there's lots of abandonment, there's lots of personal issues that they're struggling with. So when they have these personal issues that they struggle with, they get online and they want to vent. And that some of that is good, but some of that can be bad if they don't explain what is really the matter with what is the venting for? Where is it coming from? Why? You have single black males who are raising their kids, or maybe he has a wife. He has a girlfriend, but he's not beating her head off and he's not leaving his kids. He doesn't have to worry about child support because he doesn't need nobody chasing him for any child support because he's taking care of his responsibilities. And that is the problem with a lot of what is going on here. There are still good people out there. There are still good families, and there are still people of color who are in their families and trying to do the best they can. They may not have a lot of money. They may not even have a lot of education. They may just be good people, decent people on the inside. They want a decent life. And when I say people of color, that could mean black people, that could mean Hispanic people, that could mean white people as well. I'm going to kind of throw them in there as well to say that. And I'm not trying to exclude everybody like that because I don't want to be that way. But there has been a lot of anger and there's been a lot of pain. And see, that's the problem. The world needs healing. People need healing. And black families, black people, black culture, and I'm sure other cultures have had a lot of demons, a lot of things that are past, things that haunt you, that just seem to never go away. And some of this stuff is perpetrated through media. It's perpetrated through bad policing. It's perpetrated and it's perpetuated through stereotypes and horrible, harmful rhetoric that you see in the newspaper, bad statistics and cherry-picked statistics by people who are in groups like the KKK, neo-Nazi groups, and groups of hate. And there's so many hate groups online, it's not even funny. I can't even begin to say the numbers of hate groups. And it's not just black, white. It's not just that. Hate has evolved in this time. You got people that hate women, hate men. There are some people that don't like men. Unfortunately, we've got lots of different hate groups. We got people that hate kids. They hate people of certain colors. People from different countries, they hate that. They hate themselves. People who hate themselves. There's all kind of things. So you got to really be careful when you listen to some of these people that are posting these videos talking about how much they hate black women and how much oh, this, you know, they never give no reason why things are the way they are. They only just pointing fingers at somebody, and then they post pictures making fun of a person to say, oh, okay, that's how black women act, you know. But they don't never show you the white people that act ghetto. They only showing you one group. They never showing you people that you don't never see that act ghetto in ghetto neighborhoods. It's not just black people in ghetto neighborhoods. Yeah, I've seen white people, I've seen Hispanic people, and not all people from those neighborhoods act ghetto either. So let's get that straight. But you know, we really need a lot of healing in the, you know, just get yourself in order. See the truth for what it is.